We've come a long way from Ash Wednesday, when the ashes were placed on our heads and we were reminded that we are dust and into dust we shall return. And then we commemorated on Ash Wednesday the Lord's 40 days in the desert, which gives us the season of Lent, when the Lord, weakened by fasting and prayer of 40 days, was accosted by the devil and emerged victorious. And then we move throughout the Lenten season, following Christ in his ministry with the call to conversion, with the miracles that he performed, first changing water into wine at Cana, many healings, culminating in the raising of Lazarus from the dead in the tomb. And it was because of this raising of Lazarus, which was not a resurrection but a resuscitation, that the chief priests and the scribes and the Pharisees decided they had to do away with this Jesus problem. Then we entered into Holy Week, and we see the triumphal entry of the Lord into Jerusalem, and how quickly the mood of the crowd turns upon him as we celebrate the Passover with the institution of the Eucharist, his betrayal, and then cries of "Crucify him." And so it kind of comes to Good Friday, and it leaves us wondering what lies ahead. Father Acri said in the homily last night at the vigil, we ask ourselves very often, what lies ahead for us? What is there to look forward to? And for those who have no faith, for those who do not follow Christ, there's nothing to look forward to. To those who follow Christ, there is the promise of the resurrection. And the gospel account today is an eyewitness account of Mary Magdalene going to the tomb early in the morning to anoint the body of Jesus with other women, and finding the tomb empty, and the burial cloths folded neatly, and the cloth that covered his head separate from the others. And Simon Peter initially does not believe her. So he runs with St. John to the tomb, and there they find it just as Mary had said. In the other gospel account, there is an angel there, the angel saying, "Why are you looking for the living among the dead?" The Lord has given us the promise of eternal life, but we must live the life that he has given us sacramentally. And last night, when we received so many into the church, 3 through baptism and some 6 or 7 in communion with the church, we see that the church continues to offer the sacraments of salvation to all. And our promise does not end on Calvary, but we must walk through Calvary to the glory of the resurrection, believing in what Christ has promised. And we proclaim in the Eucharist that Christ has died, Christ is risen, and Christ will indeed come again. And so, my brothers and sisters, on this most holy day of the year, as we celebrate the Lord's resurrection, let us rededicate ourselves to this reality in our lives and live lives pleasing to the Lord.